up, everyone? My name is Marie. Welcome to my channel and welcome to another speed build. So for today's video, I'm building a modern craftsman home, or at least that's what I was trying to go for. I'm not sure if I got it completely right, but yeah, I was definitely trying to build something in the craftsman style. I've never really tried that before, but I really think it's a beautiful style. So yeah, I just went on Pinterest and I looked for some inspiration, and then it hit me that I wanted to build a modern craftsman. I wanted to be a little bit lighter colored. It turned out to be white, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I painted it white. And yeah, that just really gave it that modern, more modern looking vibe. I don't know. And I built it on this island lot in Brindleton Bay by the lighthouse. I have never actually built on this lot before. And I don't know why, because I think it's just the most beautiful place. I think there's a park here if you first open Brindleton Bay. If you just go to the world, the original version of the world, there is a park on this lot, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure, maybe, well, I think there is a building here, but the lot type is a park, I think. I'm not actually sure, but yeah, I decided to build a little family house here. And this is actually the first time I tried to build a garage. I've never really done that before. But for a craftsman home, I thought it'd be so fitting. And I already knew that I wanted the family that lives here to have a boat and a truck. So you can see those on the side there. I already went through the debug object, and I searched for those items and I got them out of the menu so that I wouldn't forget. And yeah, because I really wanted to place the little trailer with the sailboat on it on the driveway, and then I wanted to place the truck inside the garage. But because I was using terrain tools, as you can see, because I didn't want the garage to be on a foundation, because for garage that wouldn't make any sense. So I tried to cover up the foundation with the terrain tool, and that worked fine. But what happens when you use terrain tools is, if you want to place objects on the ground where you use the terrain tools, then those objects are not going to sit well on the floor, on the ground. They're going to be floating a little bit. So that's what happened with the trailer at first. I did solve that problem by just placing down a basement, and then I actually put the trailer in the basement, and then I raised it up with a 9 key. So that worked fine. And then I placed the boat on top of the trailer, and that actually worked out fine. But I found that the boat, the boat was covering up the house a little bit too much, and that would be not ideal for taking screenshots and everything. And I thought it was just a little bit in the way, so I didn't end up doing that. I ended up putting the boat a little bit more to the side on the trailer. Like, you'll see that later, but I put it like a little bit further back on the lot. And then I put the truck on the driveway. And I also had to place that truck by putting it in a basement first and then raising it up by using the 9 key as well. But yeah, it worked out fine. And I think the garage is it really suits this house. And I was really having fun with the lighter wood tones and the gray brick, and then the white concrete, or whatever you want to call that, on the outside. I think it's a really pretty color combination. And that makes it look quite modern, those colors, I think. So yeah, I was really happy with the way this house turned out. The house is actually quite small, or at least the downstairs area is really small. It doesn't really look like that because it has this big garage. But I think the garage turned out to be almost as big, or maybe even bigger, than the downstairs living area and kitchen combined. But then the house does have a lot of room upstairs. I think there is 3 bedrooms. Yeah, there's 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms upstairs. There's no bathroom downstairs. I did want to put a little half bathroom downstairs, but then I didn't really have room for that. I placed it down when I was figuring out the layout, and I kept it there, but then when I was decorating and furnishing the house, I found that I didn't really have enough space for a kitchen and a living area and a dining area. So I had to get rid of the bathroom downstairs to be able to place down a dining table with 4 chairs. But that's fine because, I mean, there's 2 bathrooms upstairs. So, you know, what's the big deal? It's okay. It's fine. And I was really having fun with landscaping this place. I really wanted it to look, really green and lush and just pretty and beautiful. So I went to town with the with the landscaping a little bit and the vines on the sides of the house and everything. And I was really having fun with this. So as far as the storyline for the family goes, I did think of that and I had a lot of fun with it. For this house, I had a family of 3 in mind, 2 parents and a teen that live here. And I think they were living in Brindleton Bay, like on the mainland before. And I think the parents, they are like, maybe one of the parents is a biologist and the other one maybe a conservationist, if that's what it's called. I mean, they're really into nature and biology and... I think they dedicated their lives to maintaining the island, and that's the job that they have. That's the work that they do. They maintain the island, and they make sure everything is healthy and well on the island, and they just maintain it in that sense. I don't know if that makes any sense. It's really difficult to explain in English. But I think that's the kind of work that they do. And maybe they were gifted this home on the island. Maybe there was an older little cottage or craftsman home, like a really old home on this lot before. And because the parents have to do their job, they have to be able to do their job on the island, they were gifted the house that was here before. So they sold their home in Brindleton Bay. And they didn't need that money to actually buy a new house, but they could use the money to renovate the little old house that was already here on the lot. So I imagine that's what they did. They just sold their home in Brindleton Bay and they used the money to really renovate and upgrade this little home that's here on the island. So that's what I had in mind for the family, and I do think they have a teenage daughter, just one. I think they're the kind of parents that never really wanted a big family, but they did want a child. So they have one child, and she was raised, maybe not born, but definitely raised on the island. She probably moved here with her parents when she was really young. So she doesn't really know any better, and I don't think she actually minds living on the island. I think, she is her parents' daughter, and she is a very outdoorsy girl that, also really loves nature, and she wants to dedicate her life to nature as well. And she's really enjoying living on the island, and maybe she takes the ferry to school. I do imagine there to be a great ferry, maybe even one that you can take your car on, because obviously it wouldn't make any sense for this family to have a car on the island. Well, maybe sometimes they need it if they have to fix something on the island, or if there's something, I could definitely imagine that something maybe could happen on the island and they need their truck to get there, or they just need the loading space that they have in the truck to do something. I don't really know. But they probably already had that car before they moved here and they just took it to the island. But I do imagine that they can take the ferry and they can take their car on the ferry and take their car to the mainland, because obviously they also have to, they sometimes have to go to the mainland to go to the store or whatever, because there's nothing else on the island here. There is actually one little house. It's not a house that you can actually visit, but I saw that nearby the lighthouse there is a little house there. It's a world object kind of house, I think. But for storyline purposes, that would mean that there is someone else living on the island, maybe the lighthouse keeper, or however you want to call that. So there is definitely someone else living on this island. But this family, the parents at least, they are in charge of the island as far as the nature and the flora and fauna on this island goes. So yeah, they keep track of everything. They keep track of the health of the animals and also the plants and the trees and everything. And maybe they even have like some sort of lab somewhere on this island. Especially, I could imagine the biologist, needing a lab or something, and maybe they even have like a place, like some shelter or something for like sick animals or wounded animals that they have to take care of before they can be released in the wild again. So yeah, they probably have that here on the island as well. So they're a really outdoorsy family, and they don't actually need that big of a house because they're outside all the time. That's their job, and that's what they love doing the most. So yeah, that's why I thought it'd be fitting for them to have just a smaller home and a bigger garage, because the garage is really the space where they can, do their job as well, maybe. And I put a woodworking table and everything in there, but you'll see that later. Here I'm just decorating the little, the downstairs area. And I know I've been using that couch from Tiny Living way too much. Also in this color swatch, this is definitely my favorite color swatch. And I've been using it also way too much with this, combined with that brown chair. I think I even used that in my previous build in one of the townhouses that I did. The exact same combination, but I think it's just so beautiful, and it works so well with the white concrete wall. And I think, I was really trying to not use those items, and I definitely tried to pick out a different couch, and I tried different options. But then I was thinking, why would I pick something that I don't like as much just because I've been using this couch and this chair, a little bit too much. But yeah. So yeah, I did go ahead and I used it again. I'm sorry if that bothers you. Probably not. But yeah, I thought I'd just mention it. And then I also, by the way, I didn't mention that, but I also think that this family has a dog, maybe like, I don't know, a German Shepherd or something. That's what I had in mind. A dog that really loves being outside, and the island obviously is the perfect place for the dog to live. And there's also every day lots of people visiting this island, and they take their dogs because they want to take their dogs on a walk or something. So yeah, this will be the perfect place for a dog to live. So they definitely do have a dog living with them as well. And this is the parents' bedroom. Now, I know the bed is, not in the middle. It's against the wall, so you can't access the bed from both sides. But for me, actually, that doesn't matter because the scoot over trick works for me. If it doesn't work for you, then obviously you can just get rid of the dresser and put it in the little corner there where I just put a chair. And then you can move the bed over a tile or half a tile or whatever you want to have it be accessible from both sides. But I didn't really like the look of it all that much. So I decided to actually just place it against the wall and then place a little dresser next to it. That's what I liked doing. But yeah, if that doesn't work for you, it's easy to change. I made sure that at least you'd have the possibility to place the bed in a way that you can access it from both sides. So that's what I did, but obviously you can change it if you want to. And then this is the parents' ensuite. They do have a little ensuite, quite modern looking because obviously they renovated it only maybe a few years ago or something. That's what I was thinking. And I used a lot of like beigey tones combined with gray. I really love those colors combined. And here I moved on to the teens' bedroom. I did have a girl in mind for this bedroom. I thought this teen would be a girl, but obviously that doesn't matter. It could be a guy just as well. It really doesn't matter. I still feel like I always have to mention that because I don't want to upset or offend anyone. But yeah, I don't know what it is, but for teen bedrooms, I always tend to, make them a little bit more girly in that sense, quote unquote girly, because that's the style that I really like. I really tend to gravitate towards decorating teens' bedrooms in the way that I would have wanted my teenage bedroom to be like, or even my bedroom right now, honestly. But yeah, I did try to go for a little bit more cool toned colors, so gray and white combined with light blue. I thought it was really pretty combined with the lighter wood tones of the door and the windows. So yeah, that's what I really enjoyed. And yeah, this girl, I think she, like I already mentioned, I think she's the kind of girl that really likes to be outdoors as well. She takes after her parents a little bit in that way. I think it's her dream to become a conservationist as well. I think maybe she's the kind of girl that would even consider moving to Solani or something and do work there on the island and maintaining the island and the nature or the environment and the animals and everything. I think that would be her dream too. I think she is the kind of girl that wants to go to college first because she does want to have that experience. But then I really think she would maybe move to Solani. She's the kind of girl that really loves to travel. I mean, she loves the island and she's so grateful to have grown up on the island here because it's just a beautiful childhood. And but yeah, it also makes her appreciate the world around the little island even more, if that makes any sense. So she does in that way want to break free, if that makes any sense, and just discover the rest of the world. But she'll always come back to the island and see this as her real home. I hope that makes any sense. But yeah, she's the kind of girl that wants to travel the world and try to she really wants to try to make the world a better place as far as nature and environment and animals go. So that's what she wants to do. She really wants to make a change. And I think that's really cool. I always really admire those people that really try to, make the world a better place for the animals and people just as much. But yeah. That's what I try to do. And I added laundry in the bathroom, in the other bathroom upstairs that's not an ensuite, but it is the bathroom that the teen uses. And then I did add another bedroom, but that's just an extra bedroom that I put in the house because maybe, sometimes people want to stay the night. I could imagine when they have family coming over that maybe doesn't live in Brindleton Bay, it'd be quite a lot of traveling to get to the island. So maybe if someone is visiting them, they want to stay the night or something. Or maybe when the teen has friends over or something like that, they can use the extra bedroom if they want to. Or maybe they sometimes even rent it out if there's just someone that really wants to stay on the island a couple nights to just get away from, city life or whatever it is that they want to get away from. But this island obviously is really peaceful and quiet, and you can just go to the beach and walk on the beach, or just go swimming in the summer maybe, or take a boat and go sailing or whatever. It's really just a place to get away. So maybe they even rent out this room sometimes, because I do imagine these people to be really friendly to guests and be really open to having strangers in their home. I think they really don't mind, and I think they really want to share the experience of the island with other people. So they're really open like that, and and they really want to, take people on walks maybe even, and just talk about the island and try to teach them some things about the island. I think that's really what they want to do, and I think that's really cool. So here you can see me fiddling around with the car and the boat and everything, and I did decide to put the boat back there so they can just easily access it and take it to the water with the truck. I think that's something they do in the summer a lot, is take the boat and go sailing. Obviously, it's not as warm here and sunny as in Salani, but still, it's the ocean, so you can definitely go for a swim or take your boat and go sailing. So I try to clutter up the garage here with lots of stuff that I found in the debug catalog, but also just stuff that I found in the regular decor catalog, and I try to clutter up this space a little bit. I have no idea what would be in those barrels, but probably something that the parents need or something. I really don't know. And I put a couple of bikes in there as well, because obviously it would be really fun to bike around the island, I suppose. I mean, that's what I would want to do if I was staying in this house or living in this house. I would definitely take my bike every day and just ride around the island, because it'd be so pretty and so, just relaxing. So that's what I was, that's what I was trying to go for. And I also added a few, or actually a lot of planter boxes out here, and the beekeeper little thing. I think the parents are very into gardening as well, and maybe the daughter even as well. As a hobby, obviously not as their job. Well, could be, but that's not what I had in mind for the storyline, at least. But they just love everything outdoorsy, so they also love gardening and everything that has to do with that. And I decided to place down a little tent as well. Maybe the teen loves to just go camping out there, or just sleep in a tent with her friends or something like that. Or maybe they even rent it out from time to time. That would be a possibility. But we're heading on into screenshots right now. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I hope you like this build. You can download it off the gallery by searching my username, Simmarysims, or search for the hashtag Simmary or Simmarysims. You can also follow me on Instagram. My username on Instagram is @Simmarysims as well. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next build. Bye!